Welcome, my Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to your timeless, true love timeline reading. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. I'm not bad. It's just spelled that way. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 books, Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch and Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. You can preview the Kindle version of Words of Grace, because there is a Kindle version, can you believe it? By clicking the link in the description box, you can preview a good chunk of the first part of it, the dedication to my Cancerian sun sign mother, as well as the table of contents, and you can see that it's divided up pretty much into chakra chapters, different graces in each one, and the Kindle version is lovely. It's clean, it's pristine, but we had to tone it down from the original version, which you can find on patreon.com/drawingthecircle. We have an online shop there now. I love Patreon so very, very, very much. I'd say we're in a true love relationship, Patreon and I. And all sorts of cool stuff over there. All of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. They get a daily check-in with me pretty much every single morning when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link, so they chat with me about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a meditation, a prayer, or something to send us on our way. Best way for me to start the day. Did it this morning. Loved it so very much. Second benefit they all get is all the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. They're all relationship, soul contract based. Most of them are over an hour, and all of my extended readings are timeless, as well as all of my subscribers get an extensive discount as their third benefit in common. Spiritual counseling and readings and all of that. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want to check it out, you want to hang around for that. But honestly, best career move I ever made. We have 2 7-day free trials for our first 2 levels of subscription, Seeker and Human. Everyone who has taken a 7-day free trial ended up staying as a subscriber. So we're having a lot of fun over here, doing a lot of cool stuff, really helping each other through this rather interesting time on planet Earth. So if you feel so drawn, intuitively you are Cancerian, so click the link, check it out. And if you want, come Patreon on Patreon, because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can just call me Mal. Hey, I am back from a trip up to Saratoga to see my Cancerian mother and my Libran stepfather, and guess what? I'm buying a house up there, and we'll be moving over the next couple of months. There's a lot going on in my personal life, so I am very, very happy to be back at work, considering the to-do list that has just appeared in my life pretty much overnight. So let's get down to business. We'll do some explanation and then into the divination. If you've heard it all before, feel free to jump ahead. But welcome, new crab cakes with Cancerians and your cross-watchers. You may ask, what is the true love timeline? The true love timeline looks like what would happen if every choice and every decision that you made was the most loving, wise, empowered choice and decision that you could make. Sometimes it's called the soul's path. I also call it the golden timeline, right? Yeah, I mean, there are so many choices that we make, but the path of true love essentially is your healing journey, your spiritual journey, your hero's journey, where however you want to see that through the relationships in your life. Sometimes these are romantic reads, sometimes they are not. And I also do a much larger reading called the Path of True Love reads with extended. Those are juggernauts. So this is sort of like a companion quickie, if you like. So yeah, everybody is the common denominator in all of their relationships, right? So you heal you a little bit, no matter what anybody else is doing. You shift to a more, here we go, wise, loving, empowered timeline, a true love timeline. Because the truth is that we are true love, right? That is the divine essence at the core of everybody. Yes, even them, I know, they don't know it either. But we're all doing our best, and it's just a wonderful way to look at the challenges in our relationship so that we can heal, and as a result shift to another timeline where we get a more truth and loving version of the people we come into contact with across the board. So we're doing 7 cards, very simple. 3, Daughters of the Moon Tarot, to look at the inside chakras, the heart, throat, third eye, and crown, right? The feminine energy, Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Then we're going to get 3 Mythic Tarot for the lower 3 chakras, root, sacrum, solar plexus, relationships in the physical world, the masculine energy. And then we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra to help bring it all into alignment in the true love timeline. And that's why cross-watchers, wonderful opportunity for you to get some sympathy, some empathy, some understanding and insight to the crab cake you are cross-watching for. Cross-watching crab cakes next on the Oprah Winfrey Show. And certainly the healing mantra, no matter who does them, they will heal a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, step by step. Becoming the true love, chipping away the excess marble from the divine statue that we are all at core. I think you get the gist. I think you get the gig. So let's get down to it. Enough explanation. Let's shift to divination that happens in the still point. See if you can join along with me. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the best to help anyone move forward on their hero's journey on the path of true love, because as one of us heals, all of us heal. That's how quantum unity works. So, shall we? Let's do this. I'm excited. It's good to be back to work. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And here we go. My goddesses override. Using the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, I call upon my goddesses of water, the sign of Cancer, powers of the West. Please, beloved goddesses of cardinal, creative, water, 3 cards face down, past, present, future, simple timeline for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers in the true love timeline. Where have they been? Heart, third eye, crown. On the path, where are they now? Heart, third eye, crown. These are coming out easy. And where are they headed if they just do their best, right, to make the most loving, wise, empowered decisions, bringing them there on the true love timeline. We're going to get these 3 face down as well, and then we'll flip them over past, present, and future. One more time. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, you're going to do it again, I'm sure. Gotta breathe. Still point. My gods override. As I call upon my gods of water, the sign of Cancer, powers of the West, please, beloved gods of cardinal, creative, water, 3 cards face down, simple timeline, past, present, future, for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers watching this video and drawn to this reading. Where have they been? Lower 3 chakras, outside in, looking at them, or inside out, them looking at the people, places, and things in their world. Can be some mirroring there. Where are they now in the true love timeline? And where are they headed? Just if they do their best, the most loving, wise, empowered choices they can make, that would be where they end up, at least in this chapter. For this timeless read. Oh, well, in the past, interesting. Let's start on the inner. You got the 4 of Cups in the past. Definitely a meh kind of card. It says sorrow on it, so certainly if there has been some spilled cups, it's a little different than the 5 of Cups in traditional Rider-Waite. Usually have 4 cups spilled, 1 cup standing. Fiona Morgan did not do that. She has 3 spilled, 1 standing behind her there. at a water's edge, right? So it is that ebb and flow, and definitely a Cancerian vibe there, particularly with the moon pouring down those waters of cleansing and release on the inner. We're going to go heart chakra with that emotional power, because on the outside, you've got the Emperor Zeus in the Mythic Tarot, and it's a major arcana card in a reading like this. It's the whole chakric zone. So in the past, we're looking at your relationships in the world. This is either you, all the cardinal signs put together, all the kings in the court cards of the tarot as one. So this is the Spirit King. That could very much be the Cancerian, or it could be someone who kind of has that emperor vibe in the past there. Now, Zeus throws lightning, and light is truth. So play with this word, truthening, like lightning, right? So in one hand holds the lightning bolts, on the other the globe itself. So certainly there is a dominant divine masculine energy here. It can be you from the outside looking at it yourself, or you from the inside looking at someone, although major arcana can often be places, stages in our lives that we go through there. So a lot of masculine energy, a lot of creativity, but also the emperors don't do a lot of the grunt work. If you've noticed, they're very good at delegating, right? So interesting to come from that place of meh, yet with all of this power. Now, in terms of a relationship with somebody, you may be dealing with somebody were dealing at least with somebody. It might be a very dominant personality, but inside of you there's this fluctuation, a moodiness, which, you know, I have a Cancerian mom. I know you all are very empathic, very sensitive, so there can be that back and forth of a little meh. I mean, a top line, it's boredom, right? The higher point of that. The lower part certainly can be sorrow and depression as well. So, where are you now? Well, here we go. Very interesting. On the inner, you got the card of the Lovers, Aphrodite, sweet and flighty, well, hanging around with her lover without her see-through nightie on. A life-changing decision. The Lovers card does not always immediately speak of romance. I mean, certainly in the past, that Emperor card could be a father figure, a boss, right? These are not always romantic. But the Lovers is definitely about making the wisest, most loving, empowered decisions, different than choice. The difference between choice and decision has to do with intensity. So after this, I'm probably going to have a cup of coffee. That's a choice. Maybe it's life-changing, maybe it's not. But if I decide to chuck all of this, right, well, like moving, right? Life-changing decision, really, within a week. It happened that quickly. One decision changed everything. So the difference, of course, is that intensity. And on the outer, you've got our old friend Eight of Swords, stuck between a rock and a hard place, so to speak, caught between Apollo and the Furies. Oh boy, them Greeks and their tragedies, right? So it's sort of blindfolded and bound, if you want to look at the Rider-Waite version of it, not really knowing what to do on the outer, but it's mental, it's element of air. It's maybe, I wouldn't say it's the overthinking of the Nine of Swords, but the Eight of Swords can be your own self-defeating thoughts, and we all have them. So again, major arcana in a read like this, all four, heart, third eye, crown, are in alignment, but you have the free will. Throat chakra, minimum, right? Choices, decisions, what you want to do there. So, let's say you make the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest decision you can. Ooh, well, it brings you to the Two of Flames. It would be the Two of Wands in traditional tarot, Mahueha. A choice is before you on the inner throat chakra, element of fire, right? Spit, swallow, or chew. And on the outside, don't freak. Got another major arcana. You got major arcana past, present, and future. Hades, the card of death. Now, chances are this is not a literal death, but it does speak of a life change, a transformation. Actually, there's a difference between a change and a transformation, right? You take a piece of ice, you melt it, it turns into water, keep heating it up, it will turn into air. That is a state change, because then you can condense air into water and then freeze water into ice. A transformation is like a burnt cookie, right? You can't unburn a cookie. That's the element of fire. Now, I love Hades. He's one of my gods. He's a sweetheart. He's not a murderer. He's really not. He's not death itself. He is the Lord, the king of the underworld, husband of Persephone. So we are looking at a transformation here, but you might chew, not spit, not swallow, but chew on this choice for a little bit. And that does make sense. Now, if we put these, the past and the future, together here in the lower three chakras, you might very well be dealing with a relationship from the past. Again, could be a parental figure. It's not about gender in my experience. A female can certainly have emperor energy like anybody else, right? But then to end it, at least for this part of this little segment of the GPS True Love timeline, here with a transformation. But what I see consistent here is your free will, your choices and decisions determining what happens, at least for you. So, let's get our last card down. The Matt Kahn healing mantra. Crosswatchers, wake up. Here's your opportunity, right? Because the more and more of us heal, right? Just doing the best that we can. We can't make, well, it's perfect whenever, as ever we do. But to shoot for perfection every single time, that's the ego trying to co-opt the process. You just, do the best that you can. So that's what these are for. Let's get one on the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Masters override. Using the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck, I call upon the Ascended Masters of True Love on behalf of the Cancerian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and Crosswatchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. What is your guidance, your grace, your loving, wise message in the form of a Matt Kahn healing mantra to help them navigate the true love timeline, making the wisest, most loving, most empowered choices and decisions they can in this timeless true love timeline reading? Sharing shame. When I share my deepest pain, I give myself permission to be. Now, I know it sounds like a womp, 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 but if you are dealing with somebody here in the past and you felt a certain way about it, you don't necessarily have to share shame with that person. But certainly that getting it off your chest, right? It's in the heart chakra here, getting that off your chest. And that might be a life-changing decision, and one that is verbal, to say to someone, I don't know what to do. I'm caught between a rock and a hard place, and irresistible force and an immovable object, a little bit of a stalemate vibe there, which of course would then give you from a decision to a choice about this transformation. So I'm going to read it from the bookie book, Sharing Shame. You can do this in meditation and in prayer, right? You do it with a friend, a counselor, a whoever. But I find this to be a very, very empowering mantra. I've had this deck since it came out in 2018, and I've done all these mantras. It feels like hundreds of times. So, when I share my deepest pain, I give myself permission to be, right? Just to be is enough. When shame is shared, cycles of victimhood are permitted to heal as you find the courage to speak your truth. Throat chakra. Since abuse and neglect can only be perpetuated in silence, it is your willingness to step forward and share your life story that helps transform each wound and inspire others to be set free. Let's take a pin in that. It's like I said, to transform this, and particularly on the outer, right? In the physical, literal lower three chakra world there. And so there's no going back from that. It is a transformation, right? It's like the cake is baked. It's not going back into batter. Hey, batter. Once your shame is shared, you are able to honor yourself with the heightened encouragement, worthiness, and validation you deserve to receive, giving that to yourself, and then opening up to that coming to you from all overtones and dimensions. This mantra is ideal for revisiting past traumas, and who isn't right now? Well, the wise are, I would say. Expressing your inner child. Your inner child remembers everything. There are lots of books about the inner child, a lot of different takes on that, but one that I learned of is the divine core of who we are, if you like. The divine child is often surrounded by this cloud called the wounded child, right? Now it's just a cloud, right? What are clouds made up of? Water vapor, air, and water. That doesn't at all discount the pain or suffering anybody went through, but there's a difference between guilt and shame. Guilt is I did wrong. Shame is there's something wrong with me, right? Big difference. So this mantra is ideal for resolving past traumas, expressing your inner child, and finding self-acceptance, giving yourself permission to be. So we have sharing shame, true love timeline here, and one that will bring you through to transformation, but it's not the end of the story. It is maybe that critical point in the story where the hero on the journey goes through a death and a rebirth. Now, honestly, you've probably been in that dead zone, as it were, going to ashes. This very much could be the choice of whether or not you want to rise from them. And of course, your free will is needed that, and sharing shame, remember, you can do it in prayer, you can do it in meditation to start with. But maybe this is sharing shame with this emperor. Again, could be you as the emperor there as well, taking control in the past and now moving forward. So let's put this together in what we call a blessimation, combination of blessing and summation. And then we're going to talk about some cool stuff, like I said, you know, private sessions and Patreon and all of that. And maybe I'll let you in a little bit on how my life is about to change, because you never know what's going to come out of my mouth. Neither do I, but that's the gig. Surrender to the divine is a thing. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for our beloved Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need to make the wisest, most loving, most empowered choices and decisions in the true love timeline, because they are coming from a place of Four of Cups on the inner, again, a spectrum of energy there for a general read with Zeus the Emperor in the past, and whether there's mirroring there, whether this is a stage in their life, regardless, there is a power thing going on here, but a masculine energy power thing. So that could even be dealing with patriarchy, like in general. And because where they are now, they have the ability to make a life-changing decision, not just a choice, but they might be a little kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place there, maybe a little hamstrung, but by thoughts, by communications. But if I do, darling, you gotta let me know, should I stay or should I go? Because, you know, things clash. And because where they're heading, there may very well be a simple but maybe not easy choice there that will take them to and through a transformation as they share shame, because when they share their deepest pain, they give themselves permission to be. So may the Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading, be blessed with all that they need to be the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest versions of themselves, navigating the true love timeline, making the most loving, wise, empowered choices and decisions for their well-being, for the well-being of all involved here, and really for the well-being of all of us, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So motivate. So it is. There you go. I love quickies, don't you? For you know it, a quickie is always a longie. Name the movie if you know it. Comment in the description box. I haven't seen it in decades. I should watch that again. So I hope you got something out of this. And certainly if you did, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you like. All that stuff shifts the algorithm so that other Cancerians and crosswatchers to find it. Because you know what? Over on Patreon, it's the land of no algorithms. You sign up for a level of subscription on my Patreon, you get every benefit on there. We've got 8 different ones: Seeker, Human, Hero, Angel, Witch, Immortal, Mystic, God, Goddess is the top tier. They get everything, but all of my subscribers get the daily check-ins, the extended readings, and the extensive discount on private sessions, spiritual counseling and readings. Whatever we do, we do. I love it. We also have a 7-day free trial available for Seeker and Human. Like I said, check us out for 7 days, but everyone who has 7-day trial stayed a subscriber so far. And there's also our shop there, all of my digital products available. You can shop and without being a subscriber, and you can follow without being a subscriber as well. I do put out a decent amount of public content, so you have access to that as well. Otherwise, I gotta say, if you want to book me for one of them, they're private sessions. There is a video in the description box here on YouTube, booking private sessions with Mal. It's about 11 minutes, explains everything, how to book me, how it works. I travel, you travel, Zoom record, Facebook Messenger. There's all sorts of ways to do it, and it's a fun video. My mom likes it, so we're keeping it, right? I trust her gut as well as my own. Made her laugh. That's all I needed to know, because I say over and over and over again in that video, I've never turned anybody away because of lack of financial whatevers, right? I am here to serve. So thank you, Cancerian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Crosswatchers, for serving me by watching this video. It is you who I serve. So have at it. Share your shame in whatever way you can. Get that off your chest, because a big transformation is coming. But remember, it's all your choice of how you want to do it and who you want to be. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of all of this. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.